Hello and welcome to this second part of the tutorial showing you how to manipulate and download data from the World Data Bank. So in the first video we took a look at manipulating the interface on the web to preview and download the World Development Indicators by country and series and time. So at the end of that video, we actually downloaded an Excel file. So what we're going to do in this tutorial is to do a quick preview of the data in Excel so we can see what the data actually looks like. And then we're going to save it out in a form that can be manipulated in our Jupyter notebook. So if we take a look at the data that we downloaded, you can kind of see that all the information that we had previewed is actually visible right here in Excel. So I'm just going to expand out the column headings here so you can see a little bit more clearly. So you can see here, look, the series names are all captured there. So life expectancy, fertility rate, GDP. There's a code that is associated with that particular series. All the countries that we selected are represented there along with their country code and then the particular values for that series. So if we're looking at the values by themselves, for instance, if you look at just this number 82, that does not provide enough context. The number itself doesn't provide enough context as to what that 82 means. You actually need to look at the series name that's associated with that row to know that that particular 82 means years. For instance, 1.92, you need to obviously look again at the series name to know that's births per woman. So it's the way that the data has been downloaded, the format of the numbers in the columns are not consistent across all the rows. You need to actually look at the series name to find out what the units are for the value in the years column. Okay, so you can see that by default all the series are grouped together. In one of the behind the scene workbooks, we'll actually step you through how to manipulate and wrangle this data using pandas to get into a form that's a little bit more easily used to plot scatter plots and that type of thing in Plotly. So that's basically it. If you scroll down to the bottom here, you actually see some dummy rows or dummy series names, data from database and last updated. So obviously these are not actual series names, they're just some metadata that's been thrown into this particular column. And you will see these actually come up later on when you start to manipulate this data within pandas. So that'll be interesting to see later on. If you want to have a little bit more of a understanding of the definition and source, you can hop over to this definition and source sheet here, and you can there's some more text here that describes what the definitions of those series indicators are. So the sheet itself, the workbook itself contains two sheets. We will be primarily using the data sheet to load into pandas for manipulation. So that's basically it in terms of how the data looks. To actually get it into a form to use within our workbooks, it's just a matter of going into save as, and then we're just going to save it as whatever name it is that you want to call it. So in this case, I'm just going to call it population WDI, World Development Indicators. I'm going to save that there. It's just another Excel sheet, so we don't actually change the data types or anything like that. We're going to save that out, and we are basically done. We just need to then copy that file into the data directory of whichever workbooks we are working through. So thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of the course. Thank you.